name is David Leinbach, and I'm a senior in landscape contracting with a minor in horticulture. My partner will introduce herself.
My name is Samantha Rosado, and I'm a junior studying agricultural sciences with a minor in equine science, horticulture, and agronomy.
Together, we formed the team H2Grow for the 2012 College of Agriculture Ag Springboard. The idea for this group and the app stemmed from the lecture that was made in an urban forestry class by Bill Almendorf, who sits on the State College Tree Commission. This is when we learned that because boroughs like State College are in charge of managing thousands of trees that many people consider to be their own. While we often take trees for granted, they are a vital part to our health and well-being. We even develop emotional connections to these green giants, a great example being the removal of the iconic elm tree that used to reside on the right side of Penn State's Old Main. Overall, the issue for the townships is the maintenance and upkeep of these trees because there are so many and it is extremely difficult to keep track of them all. Our app aims to solve this dilemma. H2Grow is a downloadable application used to effortlessly inventory and manage trees owned and maintained by municipalities, boroughs, and townships in the state of Pennsylvania.
This database-type app can be downloaded to various devices such as the iPhone, iPad, and Android-powered smartphones and tablets. Once the app is initiated, the user has several selections to choose from on the home screen to begin their tree inventory.
When out in the field, the user can select the Scan a Code option to bring up the existing information on a specific tree. The Recent Scans option will allow the user to view recently scanned and cataloged trees in the case that they need to report their findings to a superior or go back and review their inputs. Finally, the Settings option will allow the user to further customize their application in regards to text color, font, and arrangement. Next, we will present a scenario in order to better explain our application. We are a municipality worker that must go out and examine several trees owned by Rockland Township. The boss gave us 3 hours to make a routine check of 4 trees within 10 minutes of each other. We must come back with a full evaluation of the trees. So we set out for the first tree, and according to the list, it is on the corner of 5 Points and Huff's Church. The tree is a Japanese Zelkova. So we get there and pull out our smartphone. Enlarged for clarity is a scannable QR code and tag that will be fixed to each tree. In the case that the QR code is defective or does not register, all tags are equipped with a serial number that can be entered via the Enter SN option. The use of either of these options will link us to the database of stored tree information. When we selected the Scan a Code tab, our device's camera opened and we can capture the code.
After the code registers, we are linked to the interface of the application. As you can see, the SN number corresponded to a file in the database system. The menu for this particular tree includes a number of tabs that makes management and maintenance of the tree very simple. A photo of the last time the tree was seen by an employee of the municipality appears on the main screen. Now, we will walk through the different tabs. We begin by selecting the Latin binomial name of the tree.
The information stored under this tab is the generic profile of that particular species of tree. The statistics here are crucial to detect any deviations from the norm in the tree that you are looking at. When we are through here, we can select the back arrow to return to the main screen of the entry. Back on the main screen, we can further explore the many features of H2Grow by selecting the common name of the scanned tree. Notice that a superscripted number appears after the common name. This number indicates the serial number that appears on the back of the tree tag for further assurance that we are assessing the correct tree.
On the Common Name page, we again see the SN number along with the most recent entry on file for this tree. The entry includes the last date of visitation, the work that was done on it, and the individual who made the evaluation in the case that there are any questions we have about their previous work. We can select the return arrow to revisit the main menu. Back on the home screen of this database entry, we click on Location to ensure that this is the tree we intended to service.
Here, we are provided with an overhead view of the tree's location. Additionally, we are able to see a street side view to ensure this is the correct tree. There are GPS coordinates provided to give the tree's exact location in order to prevent mistakes and to create ease of visitation. We now select the return arrow. We now select the Additional Photos tab in order to assess any changes in the tree's visible condition.
Photos are provided from the time the tree was planted to the last time it was visited. Note that when a photo is taken on this current visit, it will be added to this collection. Also, when photos are clicked on, they can be enlarged to fit the screen of the user's device. We click the return arrow, and then we choose the Pests Diseases tab.
In the Pests and Diseases screen, we can view a number of ailments that can befall this species of tree. By selecting the blue More, one can learn more about each disease and/or pest. This would include the pest's life cycle, what it looks like, when it most often occurs, and how to treat it. Additionally, we can view how best to combat or treat a tree's disease. A pest or disease that is highlighted in red indicates that the tree has had an ailment before. By clicking on the highlighted malady, we are taken to the dated entry in which the disease or pest occurred. We select the return arrow. Next, we choose Nearby Trees.
Using the device's GPS, this app generates an aerial map of other trees in the area that are owned by the municipality. This is useful to use because we have multiple trees to visit today. We now know right away what tree we are looking for and where it is. Also, we are provided with step-by-step directions to the tree's location after the tree is selected. The star indicates where we are currently. Notice that the Latin name of the tree appears on the screen. We push the return arrow, and then we push the History tab.
The History page denotes every entry from when the tree was first planted to the most recent visit. Notice that there are 5 entries, but 6 photos appear in the Additional Photos tab. This is because the most recent entry documented for the tree resides in the tree's Common Name tab. So, when a new entry is made during today's visit, it automatically updates the Common Name tab, and the entry that did exist there will now become part of the history. Each tab here can be opened and viewed. We choose the return arrow. Finally, when the work is done, we push the New Entry tab.
Under the New Entry tab, pre-formatted inputs are provided that simply need to be filled in. This attributes to the ease of the use of our application. This information will detail the work done, the person performing it, and possibly schedule a future servicing if any ailments or work is needed to be done. When the photo input is chosen, the device's camera will open so that a new photo can update the older one on the main screen of this entry. Now that we have thoroughly explored the H2Grow application, we will detail how the app will be developed, the competition it faces, as well as the market for such a product. As far as development cost goes, there are several avenues one can pursue. Although brightcove.com is a website that allows anybody to create an app at no initial cost. This is geared towards individuals with prior web design experience. Therefore, David and I, having no web design experience, chose to invest in an app developer or designer. These can cost a great deal more, but are unmatched in quality. In other words, you know that you will get exactly what you want. The price of the design and development of the app is highly dependent on the type of app being constructed. For example, a database app similar to what we want to accomplish with H2Grow will cost a developer between $8,000 and $50,000 to complete. Additional costs come from iTunes because they take 30% of every app you sell, and they charge you $99 a year to keep your app on their website. However, this covers your reproduction cost. The market for this app is good because there is a possibility to make much more than you initially invested in it. Also, the customer base is expansive considering the number of municipalities just in the state of Pennsylvania. The technology trend is constantly on a rise. Therefore, our app would take townships out of the age of paper filing and Excel. The product is not in high demand, but there is a desire for a more efficient way to inventory trees with townships. Paper filing can take a lot of time and is not green. Also, many people do not have the technical skills to figure out how to encode spreadsheets on Excel. Thus, our app will be highly marketable. The competition includes the most expensive apps on the market today, with only one similar to our product, that being H2Grow, costing $999.99. However, H2Grow is not for the same use, and is instead used by agronomists in the field to inventory their day of surveying. We also included the apps iVIP and BarMax, also priced at $999.99. Though they are not similar to our product at all, we included them to establish a price range for our product. Additionally, there are 4 apps out there like our product: Audubon Trees, LeafSnap, Florifolio, and TreeBook. However, they are not as accurate, personalized, or in-depth as what we are offering. We may proceed to the next slide.
The projected statistics are just that, a projected sales over the course of the next 5 years. Note that these are projections and are always subject to change. Also, after crunching some numbers, we found that we would be able to reimburse the investors to the amount of what we borrowed in only 2.5 years. Note that the third-party expense is Apple, and the development and design expense is a one-time initial fee. We would like to buy out the investors after paying back our initial loan and continue to market our product. If our sales exceed our expectations, we will likely expand outside of Pennsylvania and offer our app to not just municipalities, boroughs, and townships, but expand to business owners and arborists, large commercial companies such as the Davy Tree Experts and the Bartlett Tree Experts. Finally, we will cut out our advertising cost because Samantha and I, or another employee, will go around and personally market our product. We would pitch the idea 4 times a month to 4 different boroughs, municipalities, or townships at their local gathering place. And again, if our idea is successful, this would expand to marketing to large commercial companies and even smaller residential businesses. The pie chart below illustrates available markets in Pennsylvania for our product. There is a market of roughly $800,000 in gross income there, and that does not even include the 88,000 municipalities over the spans of the United States. That would result in a possible gross income of $26.4 million. If we were to expand our horizons to various tree companies, a general idea of the market is presented by looking at Berks County, Pennsylvania, where there are approximately 2,500 companies within a 50-mile radius.
Before we close, I feel there are some final thoughts we must include about H2Grow that did not make it into our PowerPoint. First off, I would like to say that the tags that we propose with the QR codes to scan in for our app are not found on the current tree tags, but only a serial number is provided. Thus, in the future, we must consider, before marketing our app, to partner with a tag-making company in order to instill QR codes onto the tags. Additionally, we did not mention that we would charge an additional fee for municipalities who would like the app on multiple devices within their companies. They only have to pay the initial fee for the app to install it in up to 3 devices.
That initial user addition would cost $50, and again, that is $50 per user. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your time and attention. We hope that you will consider H2Grow in your future investment plans. We know that trees are important not only for the environment and for people who admire the green movement, but we hope that our presentation has enlightened you and even educated you to the importance of trees in your own individual lives. Think back to a tree that meant something to you, and hopefully you'll understand what we're talking about. Again, thank you for your time and attention.